Last night we had our weekly meeting. We meet every Friday. I'm not gonna lie, we got a little sauce up the Henny. You know, as one tip. Even without a haircut, I look good. That shit is crazy. Welcome back to the Lewis Visuals YouTube channel. Either way, my name is Lewis. Y'all can follow me on the Instagram. Go tune in on that. It's probably in the description or already popped up somewhere around here or up there. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. This is 3 videos in a row for 3 weeks. I'm in a fucking row and I'm gonna keep this shit going. I'm gonna stay on top of this. I'm gonna stay productive. I'm gonna stay as efficient as possible. I'm trying to come into these videos with a lot more energy to make it a little bit more entertaining, not only energy wise, but also give off a lot of game, a lot of knowledge for you guys, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you what I'm doing in my life in order to make myself a better overall person and to progress. But like I said, welcome to my channel. Like I say every video, if you're a videographer or you're a content creator and you want to get free LUTs for the Sony a7S III, go down in the description. It will link you to my Instagram. You'll find a little bubble that says free LUT in there in exchange for your email. That's about it. It's totally free. You could go down there and get that. If you want to get a pack of my personal LUTs, it's also in the description, so make sure you check that out. As I'm recording this video, what's today, the 9th, I believe? Oh, the 10th. Today's the 10th. A new episode of Clocked In Podcast, episode 60, has just been released. I literally just uploaded it and finished everything with it, so make sure you check that out. The link to the podcast is definitely in the description, so make sure you check that out. Damn, he just got waxed. But either way, actually kind of ironic. I didn't even pick this fight to put in the background, but Charles Oliveira fights tonight. So if you're watching this after the fight, let me know what you thought of the fight. I really don't know who's gonna win. I honestly think it's gonna be Oliveira because I just like the way he fights. He's a pressure fighter in a way. He's always on top of you the whole fight. And I was watching, I forget the guy's name, Dariush. I was watching his last fight. The guy who he was fighting was very laid back and was allowing him to do a lot of things that I don't think Charles Oliveira is gonna let him do. By the way, that's besides the point. I'm very big on the UFC, so make sure you all check that out. Let me know in the comment. Make sure you also watch the last video. Like I said, this is the 3rd video in a row. I'm gonna try to stay on top of that because it's my duty, and not only for you guys, but I want to keep my word to myself. I said I was gonna stay on this YouTube channel and make it something that promotes my brand, promotes my message of just becoming a better overall human. And also, this leads perfect into what I'm going to be talking about this episode, which is the higher echelons life and or thinking bigger, wanting more in life. I'm going to also explain that in this video, but just more of having more ambition in life, knowing that more is possible. And now a lot of that has to do with conditioning. Obviously, we've all grown up in different situations, and how you've been conditioned could affect your thought process in this, but that's why I'm here today. That's what I'm going to be explaining in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. For this video, I want to take the actual definition of higher echelons, and I got it here right now. It says a level of command, authority, or rank. In a way, I believe that's what every man is pursuing, which is power, riches, and females, but that's not the only thing that we're going to talk about here in this video. Either way, I wanted to talk about it because I believe that a lot of people don't understand this type of living or this type of ambition in life. A lot of people want to live their regular 9-to-5 life or just a regular life where they could just relax and have no pressure. That is just a very mundane existence to me. I feel like you should strive for more. You should want more in life. You should really explore everything and not want to be a top 1% man, even though that is something that I want to do. But either way, I think that is the most enjoyable life, where you do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want, and nobody can tell you what to do. So let's get into this video. I want to talk about what this means for me. And honestly, what this means is total freedom. This is what I'm in here for. This is why I'm building my businesses. This is why I invest. This is why I do so much research. This is why I stay educated in these topics, because I want complete freedom. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. I want to be able to wake up and go do whatever I want. If I want to jump off a building, I'm gonna jump off a building. If I want to do a line, say no, I'm just fucking around. By the way, if I want to do a line, I'm gonna do a line. You get what I'm saying? Even though don't do drugs, I don't condone it. Monk mode, you already know. I'm just fucking around. But either way, this is having the ability to take care of your family, having the ability to go buy that car that you want, having the ability to go do the activities that you want to go do. If I want to wake up one day and get an AMG, I'm gonna get up that day and I'm gonna go get that AMG. It could be very simple-minded if you think about it just for the material things. Obviously, it is a more spiritual thing for me as well. I want to be able to just spend the hours that a regular person will spend at work or watching TV, just developing myself, just becoming the best version of myself. Because think about it, if you spend, for example, 18 hours of your day just working on yourself, just think about how much further you would be from the regular person. That's kind of crazy to even think about, honestly. But yeah, and a lot of people say that they want this type of living. You ask around, and I feel like that's an experiment that anybody should do. Just next time you're walking down the street and you see somebody, just ask them, hey, do you want to be rich? Do you want to have a life where you do whatever you want whenever you want? And I guarantee you that everybody's gonna say yes. But here's the thing, everybody's gonna say they want to do these things, but do your actions correlate? Are you actually becoming the person that you would listen to? Do you do the things that will lead you to that existence? Do you manifest in a way the things that you want? Because people think that manifestation is just, you know, I'm gonna think about something and then it's just gonna be attracted to me. In a way, it could make sense, but let me explain that a little bit better. I believe that the way that the universe actually works is that once you do have a thought and you know what you want, you start putting work towards it, and the universe will end up providing for you. But you have to put the work in, right? So let's say for example, you want to be the best basketball player in the world. There's no way that you're gonna be the best basketball player in the world if you're just sitting down on your couch thinking about being the best basketball player in the world or watching film. In a way, watching film is studying. So let me break it down even more. Say my name is Joe and I want to be the best basketball player in the world. But instead of just thinking about it, I'm gonna think about it. Then I'm gonna go spend 4 to 5 hours working out, making sure that I have my jump shot, taking 1,000 shots a day. I'm gonna make sure that I put the work in, and then next time I have a game, the universe will reward me because I put in the hours, I put in that grind. I deserve it. And you become a lot more confident. That is what confidence is. Confidence is when you actually put in the work and you know that you've put in all this work. You know that you've put in all this time, blood, sweat, and tears into whatever your endeavor is, and you end up not giving a fuck about what other people are thinking, because that's really what it is. A lot of these things that we do in life is mental. It has to do with our thought process on what other people think of us. But either way, if you are putting in that work, you know that you have nothing to be scared of, and you get into that flow state. You get into that state where you are just on point. You're making every shot. You're doing the right business calls. You're whatever it is that you are actually doing. You end up doing that at maximum capacity, and that allows you to elevate a lot faster than everybody else. And with that being said, if you do want to live that high echelon type of life, what is your plan? You need to have a vision. First, you need to see what it is that you want to do. You have to create a step-by-step plan. You have to know from step 1 what you have to do in order to reach step 30, and from step 30 all the way back, because it's a process of understanding how to get from the top all the way to where you are right now. And that's difficult. It's going to take you a lot of time, and it should be a long-term plan. I don't think it should be anything that is short-term, even though you can have short-term goals. Either way, I think you should look at the bigger picture more than just stuff that is fast and comes easy, because anything that comes easy to you is going to leave easily. Anything that takes a lot of time and that is worth anything is going to take you a lot of time, effort, and sweat. You're going to cry a lot. You're going to be beat down, but it's really going to show and help you mature. It's going to show who you are. It's going to show what you're made of, your character. Sometimes I feel like I'm a fucking robot when I'm talking. I have to like loosen up more. You will see the progression through the videos either way. I want to become more fluent and more myself when I'm talking to you guys, instead of just, you know, having to go by a script, because I do have points, but it's not really a script. This is more like whatever I see in my paper, these are my thoughts. This is what comes out. But either way, I'm gonna try to keep it like that and get more comfortable with speaking to the camera. Even though I already do that, I have a podcast. Like I said, go check out the podcast. We've done 60 videos and it's been over a year. I don't know why, but this is a little different when it's just me and the cameras. So we'll see where it goes. Either way, let's get back into the topics. People have been conditioning you since you were a child. That's why a lot of us, especially when we have this high level ambition and we want a lot more for us than other people do, we always feel alone. We feel like nobody understands us, and that is because they've been conditioned, and their condition is rubbing off on us. A lot of people are gonna say you can't do things because they themselves can't see themselves doing it, and that's why. So if you are in a situation where maybe your parents don't see your potential, or your loved one doesn't see your potential, your partner doesn't see your potential, obviously you want to get rid of that person, because why are you not supporting me if you're my partner? But sometimes they're doing it with good in mind, because they want to try to protect you. But then again, do you want to live that life? Do you want to live their life? If they're not living the life that you want to live, why are you listening to them? Why should their opinion matter to you? It should honestly be something that you don't want to be stubborn and not give thought to whatever advice that they're giving you. But you also have to pay attention to what they are doing in their life and what they've come from and why they're telling you these things. Because if it's somebody that has never experienced real success in your eyes and something that you would admire in life, something that they've never achieved, then obviously they're gonna speak badly about you once you try to achieve that. But you want to surround yourself with like-minded people. You want to find a group of people who actually support you and have bigger goals, bigger dreams, people that think huge. There's people out here that really think that $10,000 a month is impossible, and you don't want to be surrounded by people like that. I want to be surrounded with people that think, hey, why the fuck are you only making $10,000 a month, right? I want people around me who are absolute killers. I want people around me who will beat the bricks off you if you get in an altercation with them. I want people who I know I can depend on, and those are the people who are ambitious and that think bigger. They don't care about what other people think. They don't try to limit themselves in any way, shape, or form. So make sure that you surround yourself with those type of people, and that is the importance of a brotherhood. You have to find those men that align with you, those people that you just get along with and that want to help you achieve that thing. Last night we had our weekly meeting. We meet every Friday. I'm not gonna lie, we got a little sauce off the Henny. As much, but either way, we got a little sauce off the Henny, and we were having a conversation. One of my partners and I, he knows who it is, but he was just talking about how we've positioned ourselves already in this world. We already know what's going on. So in 5 to 10 years, we know that we're gonna be at the top. We're gonna be at the point that we've already seen ourselves at through envisioning everything and through planning. That it just made me so happy. I know we were a little sauced, and it might have just been the alcohol talking, but everything that we said was facts. Our portfolios are exactly where we want them to be, and they're growing in a bad economy. And just the moves that we're making, people our age are not doing. People don't understand this stuff. I'm just saying, surround yourself with people who are like that. Surround yourself with people who see the brighter things. And if you do bring up an idea, people that don't just shut it down automatically, people that do their own research and they're like, damn, maybe he has a point. Let me do my own research before I say anything. And if he does have a point, let's get to it right away. Action. Go for it right away. Don't take time thinking too much about it. Even though you do need to strategize and you do need to plan things out accordingly, you want to make sure that you guys are moving fast, because speed is money. Money is speed. You got to move around quickly in order to get those profits that you want, in a way. right? Especially when it comes to financial markets. If you see a movement that has to be done very quickly, you have to execute right away before the opportunity goes away, right? But you have to see those opportunities, and that's something that we've caught ourselves in as well. Sometimes we see an opportunity and we're like, why were we not prepared for that? We knew it was going to happen. Why did we not move so fast? But now we're like, okay, that opportunity is coming up. We're going to prepare for it right away so that the moment that shit shows up, we're on it already. We're already on top of it. And I'm just so happy. Like, my life is so good, and I say this every time, but I'm proud of myself and of the people around me because we're positioning ourselves to where exactly we want to be, that high echelon type of life. And like I said, I don't want to just talk about things, you know, try to lecture you on things, but that's something that I did. I've already created my plan. I already have my business plan created. This is a part of it, obviously, creating a brand, but also posting on social media is basically a part of my plan. Investing is a part of my plan, and that goes from stocks to crypto to commodities to precious metals to through education, through fitness, through everything that I'm doing myself to make sure that I'm a better person and to make sure that I put myself and allow myself to grow in an environment where everybody's watering each other. We're all learning off of each other, honestly. There's not one person who's holding somebody back. Everybody in my group is bringing something to the table, and that's something that everyone in this life needs to find. You need to find people that are going to bring things to the table. You really can't sit here and say you're going to be Rambo. Rambo doesn't exist. You can't do shit alone. Even though you might want to sometimes because, you know, you might be in a little argument with your people, or you guys are disagreeing on some stuff because you don't have the correct information. But honestly, that's something that I've come to really understand, is that you can't do it yourself. Even though you do want to do it yourself, sometimes you can't do it yourself. And I'm not going to sit here and take all the credit. Even though I've done a lot of things by myself, most of the progress that I've made has come through things that as a group we have all done together. So you can never sit here and say you're going to do it by yourself. Find you a group of men and allocate a lot of your time, energy, and resources to your future goals, because delayed gratification, you don't want to be that person who looks rich but is broke. You want to make sure that in the future you're all set and that you are becoming the men of higher echelons, the men of the top 1%. And if you are cringing at hearing the top 1%, a lot of people can't imagine themselves living this type of lifestyle, and that is the reason why they're not living that type of lifestyle, because they are already conditioned by the matrix or society into thinking that this stuff is impossible when it really isn't. Because if somebody else can do it, you could definitely do it. We're not gonna sit here and act like anybody's different from somebody else. We all shit, bleed, and poop. If that person did it, I can do it. In the same way with anything else. Shit, I gotta hurry up so I can go hit the gym today, man. Yeah, so like I said, you can't reach these heights by yourself. You need to have a group of people who are like-minded, who are overachievers in a way, who are team players, who think for the team, not for themselves. Like Future said, can't think for yourself, gotta think for the team. If people are thinking selfishly, then you are all gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stagnant in most situations. It's gonna really stunt your growth when you could use each other as stepping stones, because if one person doesn't understand it, maybe that person understands it and they can help you out. So now you both elevate, because you're only as strong as your weakest link. So you have to make sure that you are elevating each other for this group thing to work. You have to pay attention to how the world is moving. You have to position your team according to how the world is moving, because these people who control the world and create monetary policies, they are making these moves on a daily basis. So if you're not on top of this, you're always going to be falling behind. And if you're always trying to play catch up, imagine the people who have the resources to take action right away. They're not playing catch up, they're just executing. You yourself have to understand this and be able to put that time and effort into making sure your finances are correct and that they are outstanding. This is something that is very important, and I've been talking about it every video. But if your finances are not on point, you're a fucking bum. Literally, as men, we have no value. We have to build our value up from the ground down. You don't have a fucking vagina. Fitness is very important as well. You have to make sure that you're on top of your fitness, because that is something that creates discipline. It's something that makes you that type of hardworking person. I really don't want to be in a group where people aren't taking care of their fitness, because they don't care about themselves. And if they don't care about themselves, why would they care about your business endeavors? Make sure that the people around you are also hitting the gym. But not only that, make sure that they know how to fight combat. I was invited to the club recently, and I've been thinking about it. I'm like, damn, I should go out and have some fun. But then again, the people that invited me aren't the most physical people. They don't really know how to fight. So then I'm thinking, in a club, you can't bring any type of weapons in. People can sneak stuff in. That's obviously a variable. But do you really want to be surrounded by people who can't help defend you if you get jumped or if anything goes down? No. So you have to make sure that the people around you know how to fight. Make sure that they're physical enough. And you should never look for a fight, honestly. You should never be trying to fight people out here for no reason. But you should be able to inflict damage if you are caught in a situation like that. But basically, that concludes this video. I didn't want it to make it so long, but I just want to punch this fucking thought process into your head. Make sure that you really understand what I'm saying here. I just really want to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about when I say think bigger. There's a lot more in this world that you have to go explore. You have so much possibility out there, and living this regular life of a peasant is not it. So make sure you get your finances on point. Make sure you get your fitness on point. Make sure that you and your team are allocating a lot of time and effort into research, because whoever has the most valid and important information, recent information, is who's really going to gonna be able to make the moves that are needed. But that's enough said. Thank you for tuning into this episode, or this video. I'm sorry for saying episode, but either way, if you want to get a free LUT, link in the description to my Instagram. If you want to get a LUT pack with my personal LUTs, it's also in the description. Stop being a fat fuck, go hit the fucking gym, and I'll catch you in the next video.